For thousands of years, the world's most powerful knowledge wasn't taught in universities or written in books. It was guarded, hidden deep within the ancient mystery schools. But here's what they don't teach you. These weren't places of superstition. They were schools of consciousness engineering, training grounds for those who would master reality itself. Initiates weren't just taught philosophy. They learned how to activate dormant abilities, how to control their energy, how to access higher dimensions of awareness. And those who completed the initiations, they left transformed, capable of shaping their lives and influencing the world around them. Why was this kept hidden? Because a population empowered with these skills is nearly impossible to control. So the mystery schools faded into secrecy. Their teachings were fragmented, their symbols distorted. But now, this knowledge is resurfacing. And if you're here, it's no accident. You're already sensing that what we've been taught is only a small part of the truth. Stay tuned, because what you'll discover next may change how you see yourself and reality itself. And if this resonates, consider subscribing. There's much more to uncover. So what exactly did the ancient mystery schools teach? Not the myths you hear today, not empty rituals or blind devotion. They taught how to master the unseen forces of reality. At the core of every mystery school was one truth. Reality is shaped from within. Initiates learned how thought influences matter, how sound and vibration affect the body and mind, how geometry encodes the flow of energy, how to access higher states of consciousness, how to navigate life after death. These teachings weren't theoretical, they were experiential. Through intense initiation, students transformed themselves, activating latent potentials most people never tap. And here's the part that remains hidden. This knowledge works. It works because it's based on the actual structure of reality: energy, frequency, vibration. Tesla hinted at this. So did the ancient builders of Egypt, Greece, and beyond. But why was this knowledge suppressed? Because true freedom comes from within. If enough people understood these principles, external control systems, governments, religions, media would lose their power. An awakened mind cannot be enslaved. And now, fragments of this ancient science are returning. In the next part, you'll discover how mystery schools encoded this wisdom in symbols and how you can begin decoding it. Stay with this. And if you're finding this valuable, a like helps more seekers find this message. The mystery schools knew a secret. Words can be erased. Symbols endure. That's why they encoded their most powerful teachings in symbols and sacred geometry, hidden in plain sight. Look at ancient temples, pyramids, cathedrals, even modern architecture. Behind the art lies a language, a map of how energy flows, how consciousness expands. Common symbols you've seen 1,000 times hold layers of meaning. The spiral represents the unfolding of life force and consciousness. The vesica piscis encodes the gateway between dimensions. The phi ratio mirrors the divine proportion found throughout nature. These were not decorations. They were tools, visual keys to activate the mind, to align one's field with the universal flow. Initiates trained to read this language. They meditated upon the symbols to unlock inner knowing. And here's why this matters. These symbols still carry the same charge today. Your subconscious recognizes them, even if your conscious mind does not. That's why certain images evoke a strange sense of familiarity, a pull you can't explain. It's your deeper self responding to ancient truths. And once you learn how to engage with these symbols consciously, they become powerful allies on your path. If you'd like me to share some practical ways to work with these symbols, let me know in the comments. Your interest helps shape what comes next. In the next part, you'll discover how the initiations worked and why they were so transformative. Stay tuned. We're going deeper. Initiation wasn't a ceremony. It was a deep transformation. In the mystery schools, initiation meant one thing: death of the false self, rebirth of the true self. Candidates were guided through experiences designed to strip away illusions. They faced physical, emotional, and spiritual trials, crafted to break their identification with ego and awaken their inner core. Rituals often included symbolic death and rebirth to overcome fear of mortality, isolation and darkness to expand inner perception, exposure to sacred sounds and geometry to recalibrate the nervous system, guided journeys through altered states, activating higher awareness. These weren't just rituals, they were ancient neuroscience, techniques to rewire the brain and body. And the result? Graduates of mystery schools didn't just believe in spiritual truths, they experienced them directly. They emerged with heightened intuition, mastery of their energy, and a profound sense of unity with the universe. This is why the teachings were so feared. An awakened individual is difficult to control. They think independently. They feel deeply connected to all life. They radiate coherence. Imagine a society where this was the norm. Now you see why mystery schools were suppressed and why their wisdom is resurfacing now. And if you're ready to explore more about how these initiations relate to modern practices, consider subscribing. We'll be diving deeper. Next, you'll discover how fragments of these teachings survive today and how to begin your own path of initiation. Stay tuned. Though many mystery schools were closed or forced underground, their teachings never vanished. Fragments survive in sacred texts, architecture, art, and oral traditions. And more importantly, the core principles live within us. Your body is a temple. Your mind is a gateway. Your heart is a key. Modern seekers are rediscovering this through breathwork to unlock altered states, sound healing to harmonize energy, sacred geometry to align with universal patterns, conscious movement and meditation to awaken inner awareness. You don't need to join a secret society. The mystery school is within. And the first step? Awareness. As you engage with these tools, subtle shifts occur. Greater clarity of thought, deeper intuition, increased synchronicity, a sense of connection beyond the material. And remember, the path begins with curiosity. It unfolds through practice. If this resonates, drop a comment below. What draws you most about this path? Your insights may inspire others. And if you haven't yet, consider liking this video. Each action helps spread these ancient truths to those ready to remember. In the final part, you'll see why this resurgence of mystery school wisdom is happening now, and how your participation matters more than you think. Stay tuned. The deeper layers await. You've journeyed through the forgotten corridors of the mystery schools, and here's the truth. the real initiation never ended. It waits for those ready to remember, because the greatest secret is this: you are the temple, you are the initiate, you are the key. The knowledge isn't locked in ancient ruins. It's encoded in life itself, in your breath, your awareness, your choices. And now, the world is calling for a new wave of awakened beings. That's why this wisdom is resurfacing, not to recreate the past, but to ignite the future. You are part of this resurgence. Simply by being here, by exploring, by remembering, you've already stepped onto the path. So what now? Engage with the symbols, explore the practices, cultivate inner coherence, and most of all, share the journey. Your voice matters. If this spoke to you, comment below. What insight resonated most? Your words may be a spark for another seeker. And if you wish to continue exploring these hidden truths, consider liking this video and subscribing. There is much more to uncover. Remember, the mystery school never closed. It lives within those who choose to walk its path. You are one of them. And this is only the beginning.